Now, over the weekend, you might have heard a story about a North Carolina Republican headquarters that was attacked, that was firebombed. According to Hillsborough police, somebody threw a bottle of flammable liquid through the window of the Orange County GOP headquarters, which basically set campaign signs, supplies, and furniture on fire. In addition to the fire, somebody spray painted a swastika and, quote, Nazi Republicans get out of town or else on the side of a nearby building. So if you didn't think that this was a political attack, it was a political attack. Okay, especially considering that Orange County, North Carolina, is a heavily Democratic district. So odds are somebody who's got those leanings did this terrible attack. Now, of course, a lot of Republicans and a lot of Democrats as well have come out to denounce this, especially after loudmouth Trump come out and says, animals that are supporting Hillary Clinton, they're to blame. But you don't have any proof of that. But okay, look, this was bad, right? This was unconscionable. Forget the signs. What if somebody else had been there? A person, a human being. Now, thankfully, nobody was there. That doesn't make it right, though. Look, I'll be honest. This is an act of political terrorism. You are terrorizing other people. In this case, and we don't see this happen very often, but you have someone who was supposedly, and we don't know the details of this, of course, but somebody who was likely a Democrat or Democratic leaning doing an act of political terrorism. It is absolutely wrong. Now, Hillsborough Mayor Tom Stevens told the press, this highly disturbing act goes far beyond vandalizing property. It willfully threatens our community's safety, and its hateful message undermines decency, respect, and integrity in civic participation. Now, all that stuff, I agree with. And as a progressive, look, I want this person, I want them found, I want them put through the justice system, because it's the right thing to do. This is not progressive. To anybody who supports this, that's not being progressive. This is not what we do, right? This does not help anybody's agenda. It doesn't help tolerance, doesn't help equality, and it certainly does not help equality of opinion. See, we're allowed in America to have different opinions, and that includes political opinions. I of course, have political opinions that are on the progressive side. Some other people might have political opinions on the Republican side. That doesn't mean you get the ability to firebomb somebody for those beliefs. That's wrong. That's un-American. That's undemocratic. Any differences that we have need to be hashed out at the ballot box. And see, this is one of the reasons this election has been so disturbing. Now, I've pointed out some of the awful things Republicans have said and have done. Trump supporters, for example, doing some heinous things, right? Now, just because I point that out doesn't mean I can't point out what we do on our side as well. You've got to remember that we're not supposed to solve our problems through violence and intimidation. That's not what progressive means. That's not what democratic means, okay? And sadly, unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of it because in this country, we're incredibly polarized. We're the most polarized that we've ever been in this country before. But that's not an excuse. See, those who do these acts, Republican, Democratic, Independent, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whatever, it doesn't matter, because once you cross the level of doing violent acts, and make no mistake, this is a violent act, you are wrong. 100% wrong. It doesn't matter if you believe in healthcare for everybody and that I align with you 100% on the issues. As soon as you cross over to this, I'm done with you. I'm done. There is no tolerance for this whatsoever. It's one thing to attack Republicans on policy grounds, which I do all the time. This is different. This is beyond the pale. This is what we shouldn't do. Now, afterwards, the community and the internet at large has responded. And keep in mind, right? I mentioned before, this community is 5-1 Democratic voters, okay? Now, a man named David Weinberger, who's a senior researcher at the Harvard Berkman Center for Internet and Society, decided after he saw this story, I'm going to take some action here. He set up a GoFundMe page for the North Carolina Republican office. David Weinberger is a Democrat. Now, he tweets out, NC Repub office firebombed, horrible message painted on wall. Dems, let's go high and kick in to reopen that office. Awesome. On the GoFundMe page, it states, as Democrats, we're starting this campaign to enable the Orange County, North Carolina Republican office to reopen as soon as possible. Now, look, this isn't related to anybody from the Democratic Party. These are just regular people. These are people who identify as Democrats that are saying, hey, man, this is wrong. We need to do something to fix it. Now, do you know how long it took? They were asking for $10,000. Do you know how long it took for them to actually raise that amount of money? Less than 4 hours. They ended up with $13,000 before they shut down the GoFundMe. Jesus. And GoFundMe didn't shut it down. The site owner, since they got enough money, they raised more than enough money, they shut it down. Now, a lot of contributors, some of which were open about their contribution, were Democrats. Quote, here's some comments from the GoFundMe page. I'm a Democrat, but I don't believe in violence. Straight. Yeah, okay, good, great. Another one says, One Nation, Go USA, proud Democrat from Henderson, Nevada. Another one, not a Republican, but we all stand together against such anti-democratic violence. Another one, sorry about the fire. I'm not Republican, but we are all American. Another comment, as a Democrat and a believer in safe and fair elections, I support the effort to help this office reopen. And look, there are many more comments, many more examples, but this is just some of them saying that, yeah, look, I don't agree with you politically, but this is not the way we solve our problems. I'm going to kick in, I'm going to help. And that's what America's about. See, there's another one. And I want to leave off with this comment because I think this one's my favorite. This act of terror was an attack on all of us. In moments like these, there's no partisanship. We're all Americans. We stand by you. That's the attitude that makes America actually great. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.